And welcome to Wealth Wednesday. And this morning, returning is Yvonne Delry, an investment specialist, certified by Credit Asset Management.
Yes.
Right? Licensed by, and with FirstOntario Credit Union. Now, let's pick up where we last spoke. We were talking about RESPs, but there's lots more to talk about.
There is, because today we're going to talk about withdrawing from the RESPs.
Right. Okay. So, first of all, normally, when is it withdrawn? And how?
So as we discussed last month, the Registered Educational Savings Plan is a saving structure for saving for post-secondary. So once a student has finished high school, accepted a program into a post-secondary institution, then the withdrawals can commence.
Okay. By the way, what institutions qualify for RESPs?
That's a good question, because we traditionally think about the colleges, universities, but the funds can be used to pay for educational expenses with trade schools, vocational schools, international schools if they are recognized, religious schools. So there really is a wide range. As long as we have proof of enrollments, the withdrawals can start.
Okay. What's the taxation like?
So the balance of the RESPs is in two specific categories. So the first is where the parents have contributed. When that is withdrawn, that is not taxable income to the beneficiary, so the child. The other portion is made up of earned income and the government grants. So the Canadian Educational Savings Grants and Canadian Learning Bonds. When that is withdrawn, that is taxable income to the beneficiary. So when we decide that we're going to make the withdrawals, we really have to decide and have some forethought into when we think the child is going to be in the lower earning years, because we want to withdraw the grant and the growth when they're in their lower earning years.
Right.
They'll also have tuition credits towards their income tax. So the RESP withdrawals shouldn't really affect them too much because they're already in a lower marginal tax rate, but we do want to put some thought into when they're going to be in their lower earning years.
For sure. Now, and this is what we teed up last time, because life happens and you can start your RESP for your children early, as you recommend people should, but if they don't choose a different life path, then you're not asked, that money's sitting. What do you do?
So I get asked that quite often, especially when parents are deciding should they set up the RESP when the kids are young, because we don't really know what their educational journey may be. So if they decide not to go to school, so the first thing is that we know that if it's a family plan, beneficiaries, if there's more than one beneficiary, they can utilize the balances together. Mm-hmm. If that is not the situation in a family, then instead of right away thinking, okay, I'm going to shut it down, they can either keep it open in case somebody changes their mind, or balances can be transferred over to an RRSP or a registered disability savings plan.
Is there any implication there or any hit?
So there are some guidelines, some amounts that can be transferred, so you really should talk to an advisor. The other thing that you need to realize too is that contribution can be withdrawn at any time. The grants go back to the government, so it's really the growth portion that we can do the transferring over into RSPs and RDSPs.
Okay. I wish we had more time, but more answers at FirstOntario Credit Union with investment specialists like Yvonne Delry. Thanks so much for helping us out on Wealth Wednesdays. It's actually our last chat because I'm retiring on the 29th.
I heard that.
Yeah, so
dream, plan, achieve.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best.
Oh, thank you, Yvonne. I'll see you when I
will miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss you, but I'll see you when I run out of money.
Okay, perfect. No, I want to see you when you have money.